I'm lying or if my statements are falsely stated, or if there is an iota of magbigti ako. So, in the same manner na kung magbigti ako si Trillanes, dapat magsabay rin sa akin.
Okay, duly noted of your thoughts, Mr. President. Former Senator Trillanes, you're recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Ito pong dokumentong ito po yung naging basis ko nung plunder case na final ko kay Duterte noong 2016. At ito po ay inimbestigahan ng Ombudsman at ang Deputy Ombudsman, Arthur Carandang, and I think the Quadcom can invite him. Siya ang nag-conduct ng investigation. Humingi siya ng dokumento sa AMLAC at kinonfirm niya. And because of that, tinanggal ni Duterte si Deputy Ombudsman. Now, aside from that, so pwede natin, suggested by Chairman Paduano, na yung AMLAC mismo, unless, since hindi naman na siya incumbent, ay pwedeng ma-access yun with the waiver, pero we've been there before. Nagsabi na yan siya na magbibigay siya ng waiver, puro bluff yan, pero hindi. Kaya nga, mas maganda kung ma-draft na po natin yan ngayon para papirmahan niya yan dito, no? Para wala ng alibay. Pero ito po, I'll be presenting later on, Mr. Chairman, a video of his actual admission of these accounts. No? So, ito naman pong mga cheque na in-encash, in-extract lang namin from that long list. Mga managers checks po yan, hindi nawawala sa system po yan. And later on, exempted sa impeachment cases, kaya pwede po lumabas yan, ipepresenta po yan. That's the smoking gun ng proceeds of the illegal drug trade ng Duterte crime family. Salamat po, Chairman.
Thank you very much,
Sir, I have to respond to it. This guy
President,
is
with all due
story.
respect, I'll have to follow the rules. Yeah. I will give you time later, Mr. President. I will give you time later. Just so that we can put to rest this issue of waivers, because it's been going back and forth. Will the former president be okay that if we draft the waiver now, that it be signed today instead of tomorrow? Will you be fine with that, Mr. President?
Anong kapalit, sir?
Hindi.
Sampalin ko siya sa publiko.
Hindi, wala naman.
Ngayon na.
Wala pong ganunan.
Mr. Chairman.
I'll give you, sasampalin ko sa
Mr. Chairman.
Session suspended.
Session suspended.
Sabi.
Please observe proper decorum. We are in a committee hearing. We have already stressed from the very beginning that the proper rules, decorum, will be implemented regardless of who you are. Regardless of who you are. We live by a set of rules in this committee, and those set of rules will be followed, and those set of rules will be implemented.
Bakit po nyo sinabi na piki ang war on drugs?
Ang statement po na yon na peke po ang war on drugs ni Duterte noong nakarang administrasyon. Ito po ay bunga nung nakalap namin na impormasyon at ebidensya nung kami ay nag-iimbestiga nila Senator Laila de Lima at dun sa aming sariling pagkalap na impormasyon at base na rin dito po sa testimonya, Mr. Chairman, ni Arturo Las Cañas sa ICC na naisumite niya at nagkaroon na rin ng kopya dito po sa Quadcom at doon sa kanyang video. Sinabi niya po na ginagamit lang ang war on drugs ni Duterte para takutin ang sambayan ng Pilipino at takutin ang iba't ibang sektor ng lipunan para hindi siya paghinalaan dun sa kanyang sariling involvement sa illegal drugs. Kaya nga siya na-mention po na siya ang Lord of all drug lords. Ito po ay sinabi niya na mga kasabwat ni Duterte ay sina Michael Yang, Charlie Tan, Sammy Uy. At ito po, si Michael Yang ay ayon mismo sa report ni Colonel Acerto na dating Deputy Director of the Drug Enforcement Group of the Philippine National Police. Sinumite niya yung report tungkol sa involvement ni Michael Yang. Dito naman po, dun sa sinasabi niyo po, Mr. Chairman, na si Jimmy Guba na Customs Intelligence Police, sinasabi niya na si Michael Yang ang involved doon sa magnetic lifters na shipment. Ngayon po, lahat po yan ay nakalap namin. Pero ngayon po, kung dahil po doon, tinignan namin kung ano yung ebidensya na pwede naming malink ito. Kaya nga po, binalikan namin yung mga bank accounts na nakalap namin kay Duterte noong 2016. Tinitignan namin kung merong mga pumasok na pagkapirahan dito po sa kanya. At doon nga po kami nakakita ng mga deposito sa sa mga accounts ni Duterte galing po dito po sa grupo ng mga drug lords na ito. At kung papayagan po, Your Honor, meron po akong PowerPoint presentation para po makita po nila kung ano yung sinasabi ko na money trail, paper trail dito po sa drug proceeds ni Mr. Duterte and his family.
How many minutes will be your presentation?
Ano lang po yan? 5 slides lang po ito. Pero I will focus on the last slide lang ho.
Sige,
Mr. Chairman.
Sige, go ahead, Mr. Trillanes.
So, ito po ang sige, doon po sa mga unang slides muna. Ayan. So, ito po yung mga bank accounts na nakalap ko po ito noong 2016. Tapos ito po ay na-validate na ng Ombudsman na kaparehas nga nung naisumite ng AMLAC sa kanila. Kaya ano po tayo, kumpiyansa po tayo sa provenance nitong dokumentong ito. So, sige po, next slide. Ito po yung mga iba't ibang mga pumasok na pagkapirahan kay accounts ni Duterte. Tapos, sige po, next slide. Ayan. So, ang total po ng mga credits na pumasok ay 2.4 billion. No? Ngayon, kung ano talaga yung actual total, malalaman po natin yan pagka binuksan po yung accounts. Ngayon po ito, no? Ang pagkakamali po ni Mr. Duterte nung nagtatago siya ng pagkapirahan ay ginawa niyang joint account yung kanyang anak na si Vice President Sara Duterte. Kaya ito po ay alam po naman natin na exempted sa bank secrecy law ang impeachment. So lalabas po yan lahat. Sige po, next slide. Ito po yung last slide. No? Dito po, meron po ito pong mga transactions na ito. Meron pong kay Vice President Sara, meron po kay Duterte, meron po kay Baste Duterte, meron kay Pulong Duterte, at meron po kay Hanilet Abansenya. Ito pong mga ito ay mga managers checks under their name na ang origin po ng account ay yung isa dun sa mga drug lords na minention ni Las Cañas na si Sammy Uy. Ito po, ano ito? Siguro ng mga panahon na yan, 2011 to 2013, medyo kumpiyansa sila sa kanilang mga gawain, kaya may physical na checks, no? Pero after that, ano na, ang mga deposito diretso na sa account, so wala nang paper trail. Pero makikita natin dito yung pattern po, Mr. Chairman. Nagdidibidendo yung drug lord dun sa pamilya nila Duterte tuwing October at April, no? Kaya sunod-sunod po yan. And by the way, makikita po natin si Vice President Sara, meron po siyang 2 checking in-encash dyan under her name, manager's checks. Tapos ito po ay while she was mayor, no? Kaya yan ay direct bribery, no? Tapos proceeds of the illegal drug trade. Ito po ang naging pruweba natin. Kaya nung cross match po namin yung dokumento na kuha namin at dito sa mga personalidad na minention po ni Arturo Las Cañas, na-confirm namin yung kanyang istorya. Nakita niyo po dyan, si Duterte, pareha sila ng amount na in-encash, no? Tapos, itong mga anak, sila Baste Duterte, ayan po, tagte 10 million every 6 months. Kay Pulong Duterte, meron din. Ngayon po, lahat ito ay hawak yan ng mga bangko mismo. Meron silang physical copy, meron silang soft copy netong mga sinasabi na ito. Kaya hindi po yan pwedeng i-deny lang kasi alam naman natin yung mga estilo ni Duterte, mag-a-admit konti pero magde-deny to confuse everyone. Pero ito po yung smoking gun, Mr. Chairman. So, yan po, we concluded na peke talaga ito. Ginagawa niya yung war on drugs para proteksyonan niya yung sindikato niya na sina Michael Yang, Sammy Uy, at Charlie Tan. So, kaya po, nung sa Davao pa lang, pinapatay po nila yung kompetensya. Tapos, nung sila na ay ang presidente, ginawa nilang National Death Squad, ano, yung nangyari. Tapos si Leonardo nga po yung ginawa niyang point person. Tapos yung drug list na sinasabi ni Duterte, merong legitimate mga personalities doon, galing doon sa mga iba't ibang ahensya. Pero pag may kailangan silang isingit na mga kalaban nila sa drug business, sinisingit po nila doon. Kaya nga may mga tinutumba na mga involved din sa illegal drugs kasi kompetensya nila yon sa distribution. Kaya yan po lahat na yan ay napagtagpi-tagpi namin. So, kaya that would explain kung bakit protektado si Michael Yang kahit na may report itong si Colonel Acerto. Tapos hindi lang po yan, nung nilabas po yung report na yon, sa sobrang pagproteksyon nila kay Michael Yang, yung mismong gumawa ng investigasyon, yun yung gustong ipapatay at sinampahan ng kaliwat kanang kaso. Kaya makita natin dun sa mga drug lord na hindi kasabwat sa sindikato ni Duterte, ano siya, porsigido siyang patayin, pero doon sa kanilang grupo, itong mga ito na mention, Michael Yang, Charlie Tan at Sammy Uy, protektado hanggang ngayon. Ni nga yung PDEA director ni Duterte na si Wilkins Villanueva, ni hindi nga masama sa drug list hanggang after 2022 si Michael Yang. Yun po ang dahilan kasi binilin po sa kanya yan ni Duterte. Salamat po.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah, please proceed, Congressman Teves.
may I
Mr.
ask
Chairman.
the former President kung alam niyo po ba na kinasuhan po ni former Senator Trillanes sina Congressman Paulo Duterte, Attorney Mans Carpio for drug smuggling?
Hindi ho. Pero kung totoong drug smuggling man sila, they should be prosecuted in court. And if convicted, they should serve sentence in jail. Hindi dahil, hindi ko pipigilan yan. Kung anak ko, kung totoo. Ngayon, yung na-reason dito ni ko kilala itong taong to, forgot his name. Your Honor, if there is an iota of truth, iota lang, baski konti lang, you can find out, may nilagay siya ng record. Now, I'm willing to execute an affidavit or kayo na lang to summon the banks pursuant to my waiver. Kung may totoo lang baski isa, I will hang myself in front of you. You can summon, I will sign a waiver, all banks. Pati yung World Bank ng Amerika. Kung may isang totoo lang nakiting, I will resign and I will ask my daughter to resign and everybody in the family. That is my guarantee. And I will hang myself.
Mr. Chairman.
May I know...
Mr. Chairman.
Sir.
Madali sige, sorry. Congressman Paduano, sige. You and then Congressman Teves and then I will allow you, Senator Trillanes, after the two members have spoken. Yes, Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Chairman, with the indulgence of Congressman Teves. Ganito lang po, because Senator Trillanes presented yung mga bank accounts. May I ask this good former Senator, how did you acquire these documents, bank documents?
Nung campaign po noong 2016, meron pong nag-abot sa aming opisina na ang pangalan po niya ay Joseph De Mesa, in-identify niya. So sinabi niya, meron siyang mga dokumento na pwede namin tignan. So, kampanya po yon, hindi po namin nabigyan ng atensyon until siguro a few weeks after, nakita ko po, yun pong nandoon, iba't ibang accounts. Then, chinek namin, binalidate po namin kung totoo yun, no? So, may mga nagdeposito po na doon sa iba't ibang accounts ni Duterte. Tapos, totoo nga, legitimate po. Then, nung kampanya, nilabas ko po ito at inamin mismo ni Duterte na totoo daw kasi una, dinideny po nung kanyang spokesman, but eventually, nung na-corner na siya, inamin niya, no? Tapos, hinamon din niya po kami na magbibigay din siya ng waiver. It's the very same dare na sinasabi niya ngayon, o bluff na sinasabi niya. At ano po, ako po ay nagpakita dun sa BPI branch na yon sa Julia Vargas, pero siya po hindi sumipot. Ang sumipot sa kanya, itong si Panelo. Ngayon si Panelo, wala pong dalang waiver. Ang nilabas niya, special power of attorney na may specific conditions. Ngayon po, natapos na lahat yung kampanya, presidente na siya, ni ay ni oy, wala na po nangyari doon. Kaya ito po, inadmit niya na yan, mga dokumento na yan. Inadmit niya na yan, no? And let me just comment a bit, Mr. Chairman. Kasi yung sinasabi niya, in relation dun sa case na final ko kay Pulong tsaka kay Mans Carpio, sabi niya, edi i-file daw sa korte at harapin nila. Pero yung mga libo-libong mga pinagpapatay never got that privilege of the due process. Pagka wala ka sa sa grupo niya, hindi ka sa sindikato niya, protektado ka. Kailangan mag-file sa korte. Pero pagkakaribal ka at ordinaryong Pilipino ka, tutumba ka. Yun lang po, Mr. Chairman.
Man, can I have my follow-up question?
You have the floor, Congressman Paduano.
Former Senator Trillanes testified that that document was not acquired legally. It was just given to him. And with that, Mr. Chairman, though he might appreciate that bank records, but for me, Mr. Chairman, I am not a lawyer. But with regards to how authentic is the bank documents being presented to us by former Senator Trillanes, we must ask the AMLA, Mr. Chairman. So, with that, Mr. Chairman, unless Senator Trillanes can present to us another document that that bank records came from an authentic, competent agency of government, Mr. Chairman. In this case, it's the AMLA. Now, Mr. Chairman, so with that, Mr. Chairman,
Chair, this is a very serious accusation. So,
Mr. Chair,
am I...
Mr. Chair,
Congressman
point of order.
Paduano has asked the floor, but with the
Yes.
indulgence of
No, I think the chairman has ruled a while ago the sequence of those people present in this hall to answer.
okay.
I think we must follow that, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for reminding the chair, Congressman Acop. Now, Congressman Paduano, please proceed if that is your last.
I am sorry, I thought that you were tapos na.
Thank you, Mr.
thank
President.
you, Mr. President. Anyway, Mr. President, now with that, Mr. Chairman, and the former President has a while ago has a commitment to waive his right with regards to all the bank accounts that was mentioned by former Senator Trillanes. Now, Mr. Chairman, pwede naman parallel yan. AMLAC, at the same time, yung waiver if the former President will sign a waiver with regards to all those bank accounts. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I will sign it, the document, tomorrow. And I will hand it kasi gagawin pa ng abogado. But I said, if there is an iota of totoo yung sinasabi, I will hang myself in your presence. I will invite you all to be a witness.
Okay, thank you,
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Paduano. Si Congressman Bong Teves. And then I will allow former Senator Trillanes after Congressman Bong Teves.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is my last question. Siguro naman, first, Mr. President, lahat po na tinanong ko po sa inyo ay galing po yan kay Mr. Jimmy Guban. Not for me. At kasi po ay na-invite na natin siya rito bilang isa sa mga resource person sa mga naunang hearings. And then, may I ask Mr. President, for my last question, given na po na na-acquit si former Senator Laila de Lima sa mga kaso niya tungkol sa drugs, as now, Mr. President, naniniwala pa rin po ba kayo na si former Senator de Lima ay queen of all drugs lords?
Sir, I go by what is the reality of the day. Pag sinabi ng korte, inosente si De Lima, inosente si De Lima. Wala tayong magawa dyan. Kung magsabi ang korte, guilty si Duterte, wala rin kayong magawa dyan. That's a democratic process.
Ibig sabihin po, nagkamali tayo ng pag-akusa kay former Senator de Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Okay, former Senator Trillanes, you are now recognized.
Maraming
May I-
salamat, Mr. Chairman.
After, Mr. President, after the former senator, the chair will recognize you po.
May I be given?
Yes, yes. Going to the bathroom? Okay, okay. We'll have a 2-minute suspension. I'm sorry. Hearing assumed. Mr. President, you will be reacting to the
Yes, sir.
query.
Sabi, dili man acquit.
Yes, ang tanong natin kanina is, na-acquit mo si si Senator De Lima at sinasabi po ni former President na kung ano ang hatol ng batas ay 10 ang masusunod. Ibig sabihin, nagkamali po ba ang ating dating Pangulo sa pag-akusa kay former Senator De Lima na siya ay isa sa mga queen ng drug lords?
Sir, saan mo narinig yan? Bigyan mo ako ng kopya. Saan mo narinig yan? A recording or a newspaper? Pangalawa, sir, nakalimutan ko na tuloy ang iksuhin. You know,
Do you need, Mr. President, a moment to...
I'm just collecting my mind, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Naipon na kasi.
We'll give you time, Mr. President. For the meantime, the chair would like to recognize...
May I
Yes,
ask
sir.
for a recess of just 1 minute?
Yes, we'll give you a 2-minute suspension. The hearing is suspended.
Mr. President,
Yes, Your Honor. Nalilito na ako kung anong sabihin ko. Pero sabi ko kung if I'm lying or if my statements are falsely stated, or if there is an iota of magbigti ako. So, in the same manner na kung magbigti ako si Trillanes, dapat magsabay rin sa akin.
okay, duly noted of your thoughts, Mr. President. Former Senator Trillanes, you're recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Ito pong dokumentong ito po yung naging basis ko nung plunder case na final ko kay Duterte noong 2016. At ito po ay inimbestigahan ng Ombudsman at ang Deputy Ombudsman Arthur Carandang, and I think the Quadcom can invite him. Siya ang nag-conduct ng investigation. Humingi siya ng dokumento sa AMLAC at kinonfirm niya. And because of that, tinanggal ni Duterte si Deputy Ombudsman. Now, aside from that, so pwede natin, suggested by Chairman Paduano, na yung AMLAC mismo, unless, since hindi naman na siya incumbent, ay pwedeng ma-access yun with the waiver. Pero we've been there before. Nagsabi na yan siya na magbibigay siya ng waiver. Puro bluff yan. Pero hindi, kaya nga mas maganda kung ma-draft na po natin yan ngayon para papirmahan niya yan dito, no? Para wala nang alibay. Pero ito po, I'll be presenting later on, Mr. Chairman, a video of his actual admission of these accounts. No? So, ito naman pong mga cheque na in-encash, in-extract lang namin from that long list. Mga managers' checks po yan, hindi nawawala sa system po yan. And later on, well, ano rin yan, exempted sa impeachment cases, kaya pwede po lumabas yan, ipepresenta po yan. That's the smoking gun ng proceeds of the illegal drug trade ng Duterte crime family. Salamat po, Chairman.
Thank you very much,
Sir,
former
I have to
Senator
respond
Trillanes.
to it. This
Former
guy
President,
is
with all due respect,
story.
with all due respect, I'll have to follow the rules. Yeah. I will give you time later, Mr. President. I will give you time later. Just so that we can put to rest this issue of waivers, because it's been going back and forth. Will the former president be okay that if we draft the waiver now, that it be signed today instead of tomorrow? Will you be fine with that, Mr. President?
Anong kapalit, sir?
Hindi,
Sampalin ko siya sa publiko.
hindi, wala naman.
Ngayon na.
Wala pong ganunan.
Mr. Chairman.
I'll give you, sasampalin ko sa
Mr. Chairman.
Session suspended.
Session suspended.
Yes. Sabi
Please observe proper decorum. We are in a committee hearing. We have already stressed from the very beginning that the proper rules, decorum, will be implemented regardless of who you are. Regardless of who you are. We live by a set of rules in this committee, and those set of rules will be followed, and those set of rules will be implemented.
If I may.
Wait, session, it's still suspended. It's still suspended.
sorry ho.
If I may, Mr. Chair.
The hearing is now resumed.
Chairman?
Yes,
Chair.
SDS.
Mr. Chair, may
Mr.
I
Chairman,
be
may I
allowed,
move,
with
Wait,
priority?
former
Mr. Chairman.
President,
I just would like to apologize for the unbecoming behavior. Init sa ulo lang yun.
thank you very much for your apology. It is accepted, and I hope that the others beside you would also observe proper decorum. So, but thank you very much for your apology. SDS and
Mr. Chairman,
Gonzalez.
may I move to strike off the word sampal on our record?
There's a motion to strike off the word sampal in the records. Any second to that? Second, any objection? There being none. Comcheck, you're duly instructed to please strike out that word.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secondly, hindi po basketball ito. Yung mga miro nang nag-aaway, yung mga players, kalmante lang po sana. Hindi na maulit yun. Salamat, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair. Just a
Congressman Adyong, I'll just give Attorney Degra a minute. I think he's been raising his hand.
yes.
But before I recognize you, Attorney, can you kindly turn off the mic of the former president para lang hindi tayo nag-aagawan dito ng... Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At the outset, I'm here among the resource persons because I was invited to be one of the resource persons, mainly, as mentioned earlier, as an item in the administrative matter to explain the circumstances of the two letters that we sent to the Quadcom on behalf of the President. So I am also not only a resource person here, but also acting as the legal counsel of the former president. That said, we have reviewed the agenda item for the 11th joint public hearing, and I hope we would be able to put things in context insofar as how the proceeding have gone through until now. And I noticed that insofar as what has been going on for the last 9 hours, this would only be limited to item 4, 5, and 6 in relation to the alleged extrajudicial killing in the Philippine campaign against illegal drugs during the previous administration. That said, Mr. Chair, we would like to be clarified because this is a legislative inquiry in aid of legislation. May we know what proposed legislation is being set on the table for the committee to consider and for the resource person to contribute their valuable inputs, if any, so that we can avoid incidents like what we just saw earlier, so that it will be meaningful, intelligent, accurate, and hopefully not accusatory in character.
Yeah,
so that it will be positive.
Yes.
And as I've said, meaningful discussion, so that we'll be able to come up with effective legislations, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Actually, with regards to your point, Attorney Degra, 2, or if not I'm mistaken, 3 bills have already been filed with regards to the Quadcom hearing. Isa po dyan, may kinalaman sa forfeiture of illegally acquired properties, 1. Number 2, may kinalaman po sa EJK. At saka yung pangatlo po, may kinalaman po sa heinous crimes. So, these investigations being conducted by the Quadcom has actually brought about a lot of legislation already. Other than that, our members are also looking into amendments of existing laws so that we can strengthen the institutions and the agencies by which the government operate in. Other than that, mapapansin po natin just very recently, naglabas po ang administrasyong ng ating Pangulo ng EO para sa implementation ng total ban sa Pogo. So, with that being said, Attorney Degra, Congressman Adjong?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just like to ask Senator De Lima, are you comfortable in your seat, Senator? Because earlier when there was a small incident commotion, I saw you froze for a bit. Are you comfortable in your seat? We can transfer you if you want.
I'm not comfortable, but I can stay here.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just concerned with our.
I'm not afraid at all.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm not.
you.
Yes. I'm just saying that for a little bit, I think you froze.
Salamat
And
po. Salamat.
Just concerned.
Thank
you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Senator.
Congressman
Mr. Chair,
yes, Chairman Benny.
I cannot help but say this, no. I'm a little bit insulted by the statement of Attorney Delgra. Is he trying to question this committee on the pieces of legislation that we are trying to prepare? Mr. Chair, I'd like to find out because it seems to me, Mr. Chair, that he does not actually believe in what we're trying to do. Now, Mr. Chair, Attorney Delgra, my committee, the Human Rights, have at least 5 bills that ought to be filed. And it is not our duty to tell you what those bills are, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Chairman Benny. We do take note of your observation, and I hope our resource persons will be a little bit more prudent when it comes to the comments that they will be eliciting in this hearing.